Hello everybody and welcome back to Lucky by Nature. So as you all know, Structures Plus is coming over to console. So I figured this would be a perfect time for us to go over Structures Plus. We're not really sure what they're gonna put in from Structures Plus, but we figured we might as well just cover it all, or at least most of it. And that way you'll know exactly what to expect or what to do whenever they do come out. Now we hope that it's still the same, but basically today we're gonna go over the foundations. And I know that's pretty trivial, you might think, but just let's look at the differences here. As you can see, this is Structures Plus and this is a normal one. The beauty about Structures Plus is that you can actually pick them up. If you don't like the way it's set, you know, boom, just pick it up and you're ready to put it back down wherever it works for you. Now the other thing that it's pretty neat, as you can see, I mean, they're boxes, which is nice. I don't really like this, and then you end up falling on the bottom and all that crap, but this just looks better to me. And here we have wood. They still have the same amount of health. As you can see, this is 2400 and this is 2400. But now let's take a look at the different ones that we have here. Of course, we have thatch, we have wood, and then we have stone, we have metal, and we have glass, which this is the one that's different from all the rest that you can get on official. This is Adobe, and here's the tech. Alright, so let's take a look at this glass. It's just as strong as the metal. As you can see, 15,000. But this is kind of cool because you can actually switch it around. For instance, see, this is a two-way transparency, so you can actually see both in and out. But you can change that. You can change it to where you can't see in or out, or you can make it to where you can see one way or the other. So if you pick this one, as you can see, you can't see in from the outside, and that's or actually this is from the inside. If you were looking from the outside, you'd be able to see in. But we'll go over that more in depth once we get to that point. But right now, I don't think that we need to do that. But anyways, as you see, there's a slider here. So let's say we go to this one. Okay, so what does the slider do, right? That's what you're thinking. Well, basically it tints your window. That's pretty much all it does. You can make it lighter or you can make it darker. That's about it. See? There we go. So you can tint your windows. But that's pretty much it for that. Now, the other big difference, of course, like I already showed you, you can pick these up where these you can't, and basically you waste a lot of resources because the only option you have is to demolish. And I don't know about you, but I really hate that. The other cool thing that you can't do on normal ones, like here's a normal metal, and as you can see, I mean, you can snap them in, but the difference between that and Structures Plus is that you can actually stack them, which is actually pretty nice. So you can't stack on this one, so you can't mix and match, can't do that, but on there you can do that. Now this gives you a lot of possibilities because when you build, you can actually build your whole structure with nothing but foundations, which of course give you more protection than just regular walls. And I know what you're probably thinking, well, we can probably double wall or all that crap, but you know what, I'm pretty sure that they fixed that because I haven't been able to double wall. I haven't been able to do that little trick, but you don't need to on this one, and I'll show you what you can do. Now actually, before I do that, if I wanted to put a wall, as you can see, it says obstructed, right? So now that's just a little extra protection that you want to put on. But what you can do is you can actually pick this up, and if you think ahead, you can actually put your walls whichever, you know, wherever you want. So let's say this is a corner of your little structure, then you can actually put your foundation. And so now you are double protected. So even if they bust this, you're still gonna have the walls, because as you can see, the walls are actually inside. And not only that, I also put other stuff in here before I put that in. So even if they go through this, they still have other stuff that they have to go through. But anyways, that's a whole nother video. Now what I want to show you is my little structure made of nothing but foundations. So you can see how it's done. And this is it right here. I was gonna put another door there in case you were wondering, but you don't have to. But here's the thing. To build this, you basically need to build a big massive box, depending on how big you want it to be. As you can see there, I can't put that other in there, and the reason is because these are in the way. So the way you build it from the beginning is you just make a big huge box. That's it. You just keep on stacking these up, just like this. Yeah, even this one is a little tricky. So that's basically all you do. You build the big box. Hold on. I know I didn't go all the way up over here, but this, I'm just showing you basically how it's done. I'll take these off. As you can see, they don't want to cooperate, but the beauty about this one is that you can, even if they don't snap in the right spot, you can always pick them up and try again. No destruction, which is awesome. So yeah, unfortunately, you will end up having to deal with this and kind of find the right spot until they finally snap in. Alright, there we go. So basically, that's what you do. You build a big box, and initially you would have a one here, because that's the only way you can make them stack. If this was not here, then obviously you wouldn't be able to put this one there or that one there. So basically you would do the same thing I did over here. So just make a big box like this, and then you take out the first one, which this one would be the first one. And so basically this is what would happen. Oh, there it is. Too many choices there. So basically you would take the first one out, and then you keep on taking them out inside like this. To create your little living space. And that's pretty much it. So you have your little living space. You have a lot of protection, and you can also put the walls in first, and yeah, you would have your little fort. Oh yeah, that's another thing. These automatically open and close, but you don't really want to do that. I mean, if you're in PvE, it's fine. But for PvP, you don't want to do that at the very least. I mean, what I like to do is I just like it to auto close. So that way it won't open if I get close to it. Because sometimes, you know, that sucks if you're like back here and somebody's attacking you and you get kind of close to kind of see what's happening, and then it flings open, and that could be bad. And the same thing with the bigger doors, like the behemoth doors and things like that. And you can put another door here, because I know that a lot of PvPers like to do that. Because this is your weakest spot, as you can see. There's only 6,250. So, and of course, I would have like a turret just waiting for them. But like I said, the other stuff is gonna be on another video. Eventually, I will do ways to build. But right now, I'm just going over the foundations. So now another neat thing that they have that official doesn't right now. You pick this up. Is this foundation here. It's a triangle. Now that's nice, because now you can build something besides a square. So let's say, for instance, I want to do something like this. Wow, I only have a few, but basically you get the idea. You can actually make like octagon or something to that effect. Try to make it look circular, but that's a whole nother thing too that Structures Plus has. I mean, there are so many things that it has, but we'll go over each one. But that's basically the basics. And as you can see, you do have two things here. You have a Structures Plus smithy and a crafting station. The big difference that I see is over here, you can pretty much, I mean, you can do some stuff, as you can see. Which I don't really understand why there's two things. Because over here, on the crafting station, you can actually build everything that the smithy can. As you can see. So that's why it doesn't make much sense to me. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to look into it to see what is going on exactly. So maybe... See, one thing I don't see here is weapons. I see everything else, but I don't see weapons. And of course, these are not weapons. These are things that you use to do different things with excuse me. You basically do different things with these little guns, and they don't cost I mean, just one thatch, which is nothing. But as you can see, each one does something different. This one allows you to change the light settings of a multi-lamp from a distance. So you just basically point at it and you press the trigger, and then you can switch it up. So if something, you know, like these lamps are up high, you don't have to go and climb or anything like that. And this one turns things on and off and open and close doors. That's pretty nice. This one has 3 modes: open, close, freeze. Right click to toggle mode. You can't freeze and open porthole, and you can't open a frozen one. See, there's a lot of things that these things do that we still have to look into, but that's what we're here for. We're gonna try to figure all this stuff out for you guys. And we've been using this for a little bit now, and I mean, I love it. So I'm glad that they're bringing it to official. But Vixen will also be showing you other things, like things that make it easier for you to do your breeding and all that, collecting poop, all that stuff. But anyways, I hope this is helpful to you. But until next time, keep surviving.
My work saved the human race.